Hello everyone, welcome to Learn English with Priyanka Chaudhary. Are you guys ready to take your English speaking skills to the next level? In this video, I am going to take you through a comprehensive guide to help you speaking English fluently and confidently, just like a pro. We are going to cover everything from building strong foundation to advanced techniques. So without any further ado, let's get started on your journey to becoming an English speaking expert. Let's begin. But before I proceed further, before I share with you the entire procedure or techniques that will help you to speak English like a pro, I want you to promise 3 things to me. First, that you are going to be consistent. You will be practicing to learn English and to speak English at the same time on the regular basis. You will be consistent. And the second thing is self-assessment. I want you to evaluate your progress through test. Alright? So keep taking feedback from your English language trainers or maybe your friends or anyone whom you trust that person can give me the right feedback. So keep taking feedback from others. Alright? So make sure that you are going to be consistent, and second thing is self-evaluation is really essential. Well, now let's begin the process. So here is the step 1. Establish a strong foundation. So in the first step, we are going to assess our English level, that whether we are a beginner, intermediate or advanced. So this is what we have to test initially. For that, you can take online proficiency test. These tests will help you to understand your English level. Well, why is it important? It is important because when we want to build something, alright, I mean, you can understand this with an example. Let's say if you want to build your own house, alright. So initially we have to prepare a strong foundation, a strong base, alright. If we have the strong base and foundation, only then we can build a strong house. I hope you're getting my point. So initially test your level first, that where you actually stand, okay? And then the next thing that you have to do is set your goal, short-term goals or long-term goals. It all depends that what kind of goals are you setting for yourself. Setting goal is really essential to be on a track of learning anything. All right, so if you do not have any goal, then where will you go, in which direction will you go, right? Similarly, I was talking about a house. So before preparing a house, you might have a goal, you might have decided something, that I'm going to build up this type of house. All right, whether you are going to build a house for rental purpose or you want to build a house for your own, all right, accordingly you will decide the structure. Okay, similarly set goal, like if you have a short-term goal, let's say, then you can decide short-term goal something like this, that initially work on expanding your vocabulary. All right, so you can give yourself task like every day I'm going to learn 10 new English words. All right, or you can say something like this, that I will initially practice writing short essays. So that can be your short goal. On the other hand, long-term goals, if I talk about, there you can tell yourself that in a long-term goal, I'm going to practice using advanced vocabulary in terms of writing and speaking as well. Okay, or my long-term goal is to participate in debate or speech or public speaking, something like this. So that's up to you, that you decide what is your short-term goal and what is your long-term goal. Now after taking your test and deciding your goal, the next step is to build your basic grammar and vocabulary. So initially you need to expand your vocabulary and grammar. There what you can do is you can take the help of some apps like Grammarly, or you can even take the help of some books like English Grammar in Use by Raymond Murphy. This is superb book, and there are some other apps also that you can take the help of. And practice learning basic grammar. Understanding the basic thing is really important for learning any language. So grammar and vocabulary, the words, all right, that you frequently use, okay, in Hindi or in your native language. So the same words that you frequently use, try to know that what are these words actually called in English, okay. So expand your vocabulary, try to name the objects around you, or try to name the feelings, the emotions in English, all right. So try to fill in a lot of vocabulary in your head, okay. So this is how you can work on building your vocabulary. The next step comes here is improve your listening and pronunciation skills. Well, in order to learn a language, listening plays a major role, I would say. I mean, if you are not listening to that language, you are not able to understand the sound and the rhythm and the pattern, the intonation of that language. And if you're not getting that, then there are higher chances of making mistakes in pronunciation, or you will not be sounding like an English speaker, all right. So it's important to listen to the English content. You can listen to audios, podcast, BBC Learning is there, TED Talk is there, and there are so many YouTube channels available. You can listen to those people. You listen to native English speakers, all right, and try to understand them speaking. And for the purpose of pronunciation, you can start mimicking them, all right. Imitate the English speakers. If you are listening to any English speaker, let's say a native English speakers, listen to them carefully. You can read the subtitles if you have turned it on, and then copy them speaking in the exact same manner they have spoken. This technique is called actually shadowing technique. So this technique works like wonder, trust me. Copy and paste, just listen to the things, listen to the words and sentences in English, and then repeat it, okay. So this is how you can improve your pronunciation skills. Well, so improve your listening and pronunciation skills in this way. So here is the next step: enhance speaking and interaction. So when you are done with learning basic grammar, vocabulary, listening and pronunciation, means you are doing it on the regular basis. I already asked you to be consistent, practice doing it on the regular basis. It should not be like in the initial days you just worked on learning vocabularies and basic grammar and then you stopped. No, you have to do all these things on the regular basis, all right. So divide the time period, you decide this or that what schedule you have to follow, all right, for learning grammar, for vocabulary part, or for listening and all these things, okay. So you need to figure it out that how can you divide the timings for all these, okay. But make sure that you are doing all these things on the regular basis. And the next thing that you have to add on is that work on speaking, all right. Enhance your speaking skills and interaction as well. Now for speaking purpose, what you can do is, I have talked about self-talk a lot. If you are hesitating talking to people, talking to strangers initially, so before interacting with them, you can practice yourself, okay, with the help of self-talk, all right. And then when you think that I have practiced enough, now I can interact with others, then find an English speaking partner, all right. If you are not able to find the partner around you in your surroundings, no issues, internet is there, everything is there just on your phone, all right. So enroll yourself in English language programs where you can interact with people, okay, with native English speakers and with whom you can talk. It is really important. If you are just talking to yourself, that is not sufficient. We have to speak English to be social, all right. We want to talk to the people, we do not want to talk to ourselves only, all right. So for that we need interaction. Interaction is important. Interaction is something that will teach you in a far much better way than the other things. The more you will be in touch, the more you will come in contact with the people, the more you will talk, that will be the biggest learning for you. So interaction is important. Try to talk to people as much as you can, and there are so many apps available, like Cambly is there, and Hello Talk is there. There are so many. Okay, so go to these apps and start talking to the people in English. Next, what you can do is start recording yourself. All right, speech recording. When you're talking, you are practicing yourself, then record. It is important to give you a feedback and to analyze, okay, that how did you talk, how was your expressions, were you comfortable or not, were you confident or not. So speech recording is important to give you the feedback. All right, you can analyze your performance, how did you speak. Or what you can do is you can start playing different roles. What I mean to say is that role plays in different situation means visualize and give yourself different situations to speak in English. Let's say I am let's say, yes, I'm a parent. Okay, I have a child, and so what kind of situations will I be facing in my life, okay, where I need to speak in English. Like in parents teacher meeting, I have to interact with the teachers in English. So before I actually face a situation, I will prepare myself initially, okay, that this is how I will be speaking to the teacher, this is how I'll be asking questions. I'll prepare it before actually facing the situation. Or where else will I need speaking English? Okay, so if I'm a working woman, I work from home, then obviously at my workplace I have to speak in English. I have to interact with my boss and my manager in English. Then how will I be speaking? So I need to practice all these things before. So this is what I'm telling you, to role play. And if I'm thinking that if I'm taking my child to a restaurant or anywhere, all right, and I would like to order something, then how will I be placing order in English? So I will be practicing all these things. So this is how you can also visualize and give yourself different situations and speak accordingly. Now, when you have reached the level where you are able to hold a conversation, a normal daily basis conversation, okay, confidently, and you are able to use the basic grammar rules, you can use the basic vocabularies that you have learned before, okay, then you can move on to the next step. And here is the next step, step number 5. This is advanced English grammar and vocabulary. Now this is the time you can work on learning the difficult grammar topics. These are conditionals or passive voice or reported speech, all right, and there are some other difficult prepositions as well that you can start learning at this stage. And you need to work here on learning some idioms and phrases as well. These are something which are really used in speaking by the native English speakers and the advanced English speakers. The advanced English speakers, they highly use the idioms and phrasal verbs and phrases and proverbs and these sort of things. And because we do not know all these, we are not aware of all these, we are not able to understand what they are saying, all right. So now start learning the idioms, phrases and vocabulary. And yes, the basic vocabulary that you learned before, try to find the alternatives of those words, okay. Now stop saying bad, stop saying good, and stop saying nice all the time. Try to find the better alternatives of these words, okay. Replace it. Now stop saying very bad, very good, very tasty, okay, and find the better ways to say the same things. Like very tired, you can better say exhausted, okay. You are saying I'm very busy, so you can say I'm swamped, all right. You are saying that is very dirty, so you can say that is filthy. So try to find the better words to expand your vocabulary, to build your advanced vocabulary. So this is the time, and use all these learned words in speaking, okay. So this is what you can do at this step. And here is step number 6. Develop reading and writing skills. Reading and writing is something that is really crucial for learning a language. Reading is important for multiple purpose, that it helps you to build up your vocabulary. It helps you, if you are reading aloud, that also helps you to pronounce the words properly. When you read, you actually come to know the grammar rules, English grammar rules, that how are these actually used in sentence formation. Okay, you get the spellings as well while reading. So reading has multiple benefits. Okay, so start reading every day, make it your habit, and it depends on your level, on which level you are. So if you are a beginner, so pick those books that are easier for you to understand. Okay, and it should be in such a way, reading must be done, and you should pick a book in such a way that when you're reading a page, all right, there you are finding only 2 to 3 words that are difficult for you to understand, not more than that. So if on a page you are getting more than 3 or 4 words which you are not getting, leave that book, stop reading it, or that will not make sense to you. Okay, so pick that book that you can understand, and gradually you can move on to the challenging books, all right, the difficult one and the advanced one. Okay, you can pick up the book, you can start reading articles, you can even start reading the blogs or anything, or newspaper. Read that section from the newspaper that you can understand, all right, and you find interesting. Do not make your learning process boring. If you are going to make it boring at any point, you will feel like giving it up, seriously. So make your entire process of learning this language interesting, engaging. Only then you will be on your track. So this is how you can practice reading. And the writing purpose, for the purpose of writing, start writing in your diary, all right. So start writing in your diary. Then what will you be writing? Your daily routines, all right, that what did I do today from morning till night, and the next day and the next day, all right. So every day make it your habit, writing a diary. This, by doing this, you will actually be practicing whatever you have learned before, the vocabularies, the basic English grammar, the idioms, the phrases, all the difficult grammar topics as well. You will be practicing while you will be writing, all right. So initially begin with writing short paragraphs like myself, my family, my job, the happiest day of my life. Just write a short paragraph on these topics, all right, and gradually move on writing essays, conversations, debatable topics. So this is how you can gradually move on to the next step. So make it your habit, reading and writing. Here is step number 7. Achieve fluency through immersion. Immerse yourself with English language. Surround yourself with English environment. Now I'm not asking you to go to an English speaking country and settle down there. It is not possible for everybody, all right. Now how can we do this? We can do this by watching our favorite TV shows and English movies in English. We can listen to the English content, listen to audios and podcasts in English, listen to English speaking people. You can start listening to English music, English songs, all right. Start surrounding yourself with English in this way. Read in English, write in English, all right, and speak English obviously most of the time. So if you will be listening, watching, reading, writing and speaking English all the time, most of the time, then this is how you are actually surrounding yourself with English environment, and you do not need to go to abroad for this purpose, all right. And while when you will be doing this, you will not realize that when you will start speaking English fluently, and this is the exact way that can make you fluent in English. Now the next thing is, in order to achieve fluency, we have to come out of our comfort zone. Okay, you talked a lot alone, self-talk, or maybe you talked to some other people as well online. Okay, you interacted with some people through conversation, an online conversation you had maybe with your friend or with strangers on some apps, fine. But now at this level, you have to come out of your comfort zone and interact with the people. Okay, interact with the people in this way that you are speaking, like you are actually participating in the speech and you are involved in public speaking. All right, you are delivering a speech and you are going to participate in debate, be a part of group discussion. This is really significant to actually exhibit your knowledge, and whatever you have learned in English grammar, you can actually implement all these learnings in speaking. This will help you to think critically. All right, so be a part of debate, group discussions, speech, public speaking. This is going to be really challenging initially, but when you will be doing it again and again frequently, then you will overcome all your nervousness, all your uncomfortability, and everything will be sorted gradually. But for that, as I told you, you have to come out of your comfort zone and challenge yourself that yes, I can do it, I will do it. Here is step number 8. Continuous improvement and specialization. Continuous improvement means do not think that I have learned a lot, now I have got the fluency and I can speak well now, I do not hesitate, and now I do not need to practice it further. All right, now I do not need to interact much as I was interacting before. All right, so do not think at all like that. We have to be continuous. There must be continuous improvement. All right, not at all, and never ever think that you have gained the fluency now. We should not be satisfied with our learnings, and we should learn and grow each and every day. Okay, so make it your continuous process of learning and keep improving at the same time. Try to figure out that what is something that I don't know. All right, here at this stage you can practice learning business English, corporate English. All right, so try to get the words, the phrases, the vocabularies which are actually used at corporate level. Okay, and try to also practice writing business emails. How are the mails written? Okay, and how are the reports actually presented and given? So specialize in these fields as well. Never be satisfied with learning. I do not even consider myself a good English speaker, or I do not consider myself a fluent English speaker. I even now want to improve myself every day, and I am trying to do it. So I do not at all think like that I do not need to practice anymore, I do not need to speak English anymore, I know everything. No, I never say that. I do not know everything. I cannot even know everything. There are a lot of things in the world to know. So I am always ready to learn a lot of new things from you all people. So you can also, we both can learn together at the same time. All right. So make it a continuous process. So continuous improvement and specialization is the last step in this journey. Keep yourself updated and familiarized with the new words which are every day added in the dictionary. Keep yourself updated with the current affairs and events, and what are the new words which are being used in spoken English, in the news, all right, in the newspaper. So you will find so many new words which are being used in newspapers or on the news channels as well. All right, so update yourself, keep updating yourself, keep familiarizing yourself with all these new words every day. Now that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. I hope you found these tips and strategies helpful in your journey to speaking English like a pro. Remember, consistency and practice are key to success. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and share this video. Do not forget to share your progress and ask any questions if you have in the comments. Till then, keep practicing, keep smiling, keep growing. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.